VigilanteWilliamson here with a very simple question. Why is the NBA media, ESPN and the like, so quick to crown somebody the next Jordan? We saw with SGA earlier in the playoffs. He was the next Jordan until he got knocked out, and now it's Anthony Edwards, and it looks like, depending on when this gets released, he's on the eve of getting knocked out of the playoffs. Why are they so quick to crown the next Jordan? Before we go too far into it, and there is an easy answer, which I will answer shortly, please, if you like the stuff we do here, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, we're trying to get to 900 subs, and we are at 810. I appreciate anybody who is watching this stuff, so thank you for your support. So the answer, simply, and we can end the video on this, but we won't because, we got to talk, is because they're trying to set up the next LeBron versus Jordan argument. If you haven't noticed, they have bled that argument dry. They bled the argument dry to the point, if you say something about, I've done this on stream, if you say something negative about the one, people will respond instinctively with something negative about the other. Motherfucker, I'm from Detroit. They can both suck my dick. I don't like Jordan. Fuck Jordan. He kept Isaiah off the fucking Dream Team. I do have some Jordans. I want mine. But I had some LeBrons too. I've sold them since. I'm not as big in the shoe game as I was in the early 10s. But yeah, I've had some LeBrons too. Because I like shoes. I still like shoes. I don't pay for them anymore, but I still like them. But yeah, I'm not, I gotta defend Jordan or I gotta defend LeBron because you said one. They can both suck my dick. They're both billionaires. None of them, hey, Vigilante, are you good? Your bill's paid? Man, I got you, bro. None of them have ever done that, so I don't have any horse in the race. I call out the bullshit on both sides. You know what I mean? But this argument, LeBron versus Jordan, has fueled an entire company as far as Fox Sports 1 and helped ESPN go for 10 years. They didn't need to write shit. They didn't need to follow anything in the last night sports. All they had to do was come on TV and say, who's better, LeBron versus Jordan, for over a decade, and they were able to milk that. And now that LeBron is at the tail end of his career, they need somebody else to do that with. And it's interesting that they're not going with a something versus LeBron. They could easily do that with Luka Doncic right now. Or, there's other players. They could do that with a Luka Doncic. I guess on some level, Trae Young, he's another ball handling type dude who likes a flat four. There's a few guys who play like LeBron. I think Luka's the best right now. At one point, James Harden was another guy that played like LeBron. I don't know, you're like, huh, how do they play like LeBron? They shoot threes. Like, no, it's just having the ball, driving to the basket, kick. A lot of driving, kick, a lot of flat four stuff, meaning, or 1-4 flat. I think is the right term. Where you got one guy, the ball handler, the other four in a position that orients that the ball handler wants to be oriented, usually two in the corners, the other corners as well. And then when he drives, the gravity goes to him, and wherever the gravity comes from, he passes to, if he doesn't got a shot at the basket or doesn't get a shot at the basket. I do know the English language. At least I try. That's the idea. Luka Doncic has a very similar style, which is no surprise why him and Kyrie Irving are working so swimmingly, and it looks like they're about to get to the finals. In any event, they need that argument going. I don't know why they're not picking to LeBron. Maybe they will use both going forward. We will see what they do. Maybe they will compare the players that play similar to LeBron to the players that compare similar to Jordan. Maybe they'll do both. Maybe they'll get two arguments out of this. Who knows? But that's the long and short of it. The whole point of this, everybody has to be compared to Jordan if they look decent in the playoffs thing, is media is trash, man. And that's what I'm trying to do when I make some of these videos. They're not really about the sport per se. When I did the Gilbert Arenas video last week, it was a similar thing. It's not about what is being said. It's not about whether or not Gilbert Arenas is racist with his take. His take is not genuine. It's not about who you think is better between LeBron James and Michael Jordan. It's about the fact that the argument is not genuine. The argument's just made so you can click, so you can watch, and so that you can be sold advertisement, which in a way so is this video, to be honest. I mean, I'm not monetized yet, but the idea is that they get monetized, and that would be the point. But because I try to be honest, I'm compulsively honest. Like, it's like the liar thing. If you ever saw that movie with Jim Carrey, and not saying I'm always honest all the time because I'm human, but I try to be as honest as I can. And when I see the bullshit in the way something is being covered, I cannot help but to say it, right? And so, no disrespect to Ant-Man, no disrespect to SGA. I think they're both good players. I think they're both young players. I think Ant clearly has a conditioning issue, at least with going this far in the playoffs, which will probably be corrected, and he'll probably get better and be back next year. SGA and OKC have a lot of draft picks. They'll be better next year. They probably should get rid of Josh Giddey, not just because he likes them young, but I don't think he's that good of a player anyway, so he should probably just go. But these teams and these players will come back next year. But if it's not them, someone else, maybe Wemby, when he gets all the way there, he'll be compared to either LeBron, Jordan, or both. The idea behind these comparisons are just to drive lazy narrative sports. That's why there's somebody has to be compared to Jordan. That's why they have to do this. And I'm trying to, if I do something, I know this is not a sports channel. We talk about a bunch of subjects. But when we talk about sports, I want you to think deeper about what's actually being said and why it's being said, because that's where the interesting is. And because that's not just a sports media trick, it's a media trick in general. If you haven't followed politics the past 4 to 8 years, everything is about division. Everything is about creating some sort of negative energy. Again, Eazy-E was right.
All of a sudden, Dr. Dre is the G thing, but on his own album covers, he was a she thing. So
no, not that Eazy-E, even though he's probably not wrong. But Eric Bischoff, he's back and better than ever. Controversy creates cash. I'm telling you, a lot of sports media is done just to say things, and a lot of media in general. And that's not just limited to corporate media. The YouTubers do it. I'm trying not to be a hot take artist. I used to be, though. I used to try the hot take thing. So I know it from my own experience. A lot of stuff is there to trigger you into paying attention to it. A lot of stuff is there to trigger you or to create something where there's a division and there's a back and forth. It's not necessarily about any good faith, legitimate arguments and good faith, legitimate coverage when it comes to sports. So that's why you need a SGA to be compared to Jordan. That's why you need Ant to be compared to Jordan, because the media needs something to talk about, and the media will use something to talk about. There's a similar thing apparently with Messi and is it Messi and Ronaldo? I'm sorry, I'm not a football guy. My man Cincha Dildo has put me onto it, and I know that my man Cincha Dildo, pause, no Diddy. He's a Croatian weirdo who was on my live chats, and he talks about football. He's a football guy. So yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing they do. Is not just here. Who's the greatest of all time? Is it Messi? And I think it's Ronaldo. If it's not Ronaldo, I apologize. But it's always that back and forth between two fan bases. We just had this BBL Drizzy Kung Fu Kenny thing, aka Kendrick Lamar versus Drake. You know what I mean? Back and forth. That's what a lot of media is driven by. And a lot of what I try to do on this channel when we do talk about sports is not just talk about the sport itself, not just break down my thoughts on what's going on, but to show, hey, there's a layer behind this. And that's where the real interesting stuff is. But what do you think? What do you think about these comparisons to Jordan or Bron, or the Jordan versus Bron comparison in and of itself? Please let me know what you think in the comments. If you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please do that. And even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Good night and God bless. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.